Okay. I need to fix the title. Okay.
You just walked straight into my house, did you?
I'm a detective. I'm paid to walk into people's houses.
Normally, I have methods for dealing with unwanted attention, but I can make exceptions for harmless idiots.
Do you get any attention up here?
Most of the time, people like to leave me alone. But I don't think you're going to, are you?
No. I could make an excuse and say it's my job to ask you about last night, but to be honest, I climbed all the way up here and I just like being indoors.
Well, if you insist on staying, I'll tell you. I'm Lady Weybridge, and I think you might be climbing up the wrong trees.
I'm Detective Grimoire, and I think I might agree with you. What do you do here? Did you work for Richard Remington?
I was living here before that man was even born, and I have absolutely nothing to do with him, or his little tourist attraction.
You're exaggerating. How long have you been here? Just in this treehouse? What do you do up here?
I've been here longer than anyone. Even longer than, well, anyone.
I like numbers.
60 years, something like that.
What have you been doing for that time? If you don't mind me asking.
I have many reasons to be here, but I won't bore you with all the details of my life.
I'm sure there's one detail worth writing down.
I like to study the plants and flowers in this area. I've learned many things from them.
What about this little chemistry set you've got on your table?
I wouldn't call it a chemistry set, but if you bring me an object that has liquid on it, or inside it, I'll tell you what that liquid consists of.
Wow, how do you do that?
Chemistry.
The green and red species only grow around the side door of the museum and can't be found anywhere else.
I found these designs for a boggy costume. Do you know anything about them?
You're asking me because you can tell I'm experienced with needlecraft and sew my own clothes?
No, but that's a good reason. Let's go with that.
Well, these designs look like they should have stayed where they were.
In the trash?
On paper.
Oh, how come?
Whoever drew them didn't really know what they were doing.
You would have done it differently?
Of course. I am a seamstress. There was a time when I considered sewing my craft, my livelihood.
Really?
When Richard Remington arrived in the swamp years ago, I offered him some of my handmade fabric as a peace offering. I don't think he cared much for it. Most likely he threw it away. A pointless gift from some strange woman. Your job is to ask me about what happened last night.
Do you even know what happened last night?
I know more than you might imagine.
Oh, that sounds useful. Can you tell me? What were you doing?
I was here, in my house, by myself.
What else?
That's it.
Thanks. Just give me a minute to write all this down. Let's see. First thing we do is put the sample of liquid into the cauldron, then tap the faucet. And now, we just have to match the color of that liquid with these ingredients. Got it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. Let's see. First thing we then tap. And now we just. Got it! Now I know what. I'll write it. Let's see. First then tap. And now we. Got it! Now I know. Oh, what? This was. Let's see. First then tap. And now. Got it! Now I. Oh, what's going. That was.
They're samples of flowers that grow in this area. 2 of them you don't see very much anymore. And 1 of them only grows around the museum. You can put that away. I can't help you with it. No, thank you. If you bring me something with liquid on, you can put that away. You should ask someone else. A fascinating old woman who lives in a wonderful treehouse. I heard she wasn't so keen on visitors, though. it to someone who doesn't live in a tree. I'm not even sure who that is. No, thank you. I have nothing good to say about that man, so I won't say anything at all. You should ask someone else. Show it to someone who doesn't live in a tree.
A little blanket on a little bed, it makes very little sense. There's a whole load of needles and wool on that shelf. Or should I say yarn? I just don't know. The owner of this house seems to... though... Grass, tree... Predictably, the glamorous line...
We already did this, didn't we? This is where we got the designs.
You again.
Don't let them take him.
Who? The murderer?
No, the creature. Don't take him away. This place is his home.
Oh, Boggy. Hey, don't worry. I didn't really believe he could be, responsible for this mess.
You didn't?
Well, no. Mainly because I didn't believe he existed at all.
So, he won't get in trouble? You won't have to leave?
Well, he's been out here for what, 60 years, hasn't he? And stayed out of trouble for that long. I have a feeling some detective isn't going to change all that in one day.
Well, in that case, he says... thank you.
Apparently, I'm not... What can you tell me about these designs for a costume? A Boggy costume.
It's Boggy! I must admit, I've been a fan of his before I ever came to the swamp.
A fan? So you're interested in cryptozoology?
Oh, no, I meant, well, Boggy has been in all kinds of cartoons and comic strips. He's one of the greatest characters of the last 100 years. I've got some comics in my tent. You really should see.
But he was only discovered 60 years ago.
Oh, that's true. Well, I rounded up.
But what about his costume? Have you seen anyone wearing it?
I can honestly say I've never seen anyone wearing anything like that. And I'm a very observant person.
I heard you've been spending less time protesting recently and more time, in your tent. Normally I wouldn't pry, but it's my job to ask...
Untouched people have even noticed something like that. I usually get the impression everyone else is doing their best to ignore me.
So, you admit it's true?
You can put your notebook away. There isn't really any reason for it. Nothing worth writing down, at least.
Well, if it's not worth writing down, maybe it's worth hearing.
In that case, you'd forget it.
How do you know? Maybe it would echo in my mind.
Look, if you take a guess and get it right, I promise not to deny it.
Let's work out why Echo was hidden away in his tent. Notebook time.
I have a silly nickname. Let's see here.
You've been in your tent because it's been raining!
Why not?
heard you and no. So. You've been in your tent, hiding from Boggy.
Okay. We can't really get a good...
I have nothing to say about them.
Even though I have the key, this door has 2 keyholes. So, which key should I use in each one?
Alright, here we go. Huh. RPG Limit Break says, I want a free copy of Final Fantasy XVI for PS5. I don't own a PS5. Okay, well, I did send them some money for their fundraiser. Maybe I can give it to somebody. Alright, let's see here. I mean, that seems pretty straightforward. There we go. Alright.
Remington's desk is covered in drawings and maps and notes. It's all about Boggy. He was obsessed. An ink bottle was spilled into his work. I'm sure he didn't do that on purpose. Yeesh, it's a bit of a mess. Perhaps there's something underneath those drawings. Vincent Vanderpeer's business card. There's a couple of numbers scribbled on the back. It's a note addressed to Richard Remington. The handwriting is immaculate. Richard, our man of the world. A little help is in order. We're worried that the efforts regarding our elusive little friend might be in vain. Send word when you can. The letter is signed FF. And attached is a blurry little picture. It's some kind of metallic insect. The whole thing is a mystery. I have no idea. It's a letter Remington before my dear Iris, but I feel like my all due to the simple It's a letter before something caused him to spill his ink bottle. My dear fellow, I received your note 2 weeks ago, but have only recently found the time to do the appropriate research on the matter. I feel like my time in this awful swamp might finally come to a close, all due to the simple realization, the rest is obscured. What a tease. There's a map of the swamp lying on the desk. It's been annotated in a few places. It's a letter Remington with my, but I. There's a map of the swamp. It's the hat Richard. Where was the letter? And it's some kind of whole. I don't know what's in that jar, and I wish it wasn't in there. I'm gonna stop looking at it now. These animals. They're not... I don't recognize any of them. Photos and paintings line the wall above the fireplace, but one of the frames is empty. Wait a second. What are these pieces on the floor underneath it? This photo is ripped, but it looks important. If I can piece it together again, maybe it'll... photos and paint. But one of wait, this photo, if I can make.
Why isn't it letting me? Alright.
This photograph, it's a young Remington and some other men I don't know. They're all holding rifles. Maybe I can ask Harper about it. The open window looks over the wooden planks outside. Oh, and on one side, a part of the curtain has been ripped off. An old hunting rifle, discarded carelessly near the window. This isn't the kind of thing I can ignore. I probably shouldn't leave and...
Thought that was everything.
These animals... This is the open... Oh, and... No way. No way. Is this... a werewolf? These... This is the creep... An old hunting... This... An old... hunting memorabilia. Claws, teeth... It would be an impressive collection if it wasn't so disturbing. I probably shouldn't... Hunting... This is the... This is the... There are signs of a struggle between the desk and the window. I probably shouldn't... This is the... 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 It's a shock. Something about those three prongs. I feel like I just stumbled across an incredibly important piece of evidence. Have I uncovered a secret in here? The hunting photo is historical evidence that Richard Remington belonged to a secret society. I'm getting a strong feeling that Remington might be the bad guy in this story. If he wasn't already dead, I would have loved to ask him a couple of questions. I should ask around, see if I can gather any information about his motives for being here. So... There are bizarre... And back down into those reeds by the water. There are... And... These flower petals seem a little out of place, lying on the ground over there. These...
I can't pick them up and test them.
is an old statue. Is an art the two characters.
Hey,
I have a theory that the murderer was wearing a costume, a homemade outfit designed to look like the swamp creature.
I've never seen anything so ridiculous. You'd never see me in that.
I know it's not exactly the latest fashion, but
No, you'd never see me in that. It would cover me up entirely.
that's the point of a disguise?
Look, detective. When you have legs like mine, you don't want to be wearing disguises.
Is that why you always wear those black leggings?
You've only just met me and you're making assumptions about what I always wear.
And making assumptions is the fun part of being a detective.
Well, you're right. I always wear these.
So what can you tell me about your relationship with Richard Remington?
I didn't have one. I think I spoke to him twice, ever. He usually seemed really busy, but more like preoccupied.
Preoccupied? Like he was thinking about something else? Something that wasn't this tourist attraction?
Who can say? What do old men think about?
What? Are you implying that I know the answer to that?
Yes. She's calling you old.
Is that one of the other suspects? They're more suspicious than me. Let's agree on that. Is that one of your clues? It's nice. You can put it away now. I can draw way better than that.
Can you show me?
There's no time. Maybe in the sequel.
Ah, breaking the fourth wall.
I have no idea what that is.
You have no idea what a gun is?
Where are you keeping all this stuff? In your pockets?
Yes.
Is that one of your clues? It's nice. You can put it away now. I have no idea what that is. Where are you keeping all this stuff? In your pockets?
One of Sally's belongings. Okay.
Is that one of your clues? I have... Is that your new friend? Sweet.
Someone made a costume to look like the creature. They must have known it would get a reaction for sure. But I wonder if they planned things to go this far.
When you're finished theorizing, I was going to show you these sketches I found in the trash can right next to your cafe.
It does seem like someone was designing a costume. A disguise, perhaps.
I don't know.
Try to think why somebody would do such a thing.
I don't know.
What could they achieve with it?
I don't know.
Not yet.
You said you knew Remington?
He and I knew each other for a long time. I came to work at his tourist attraction in the early days, when he needed help.
Well, what kept you here?
I know most people wouldn't want to work in a place like this. I actually like it here, so I was happy to oblige.
You might like it, but I still don't see why anyone would build a tourist attraction here.
Mr. Remington has his reasons. He probably had several. I don't presume to know what they all were. Even though we were friends, he had some secrets, some hobbies, that I was happy to let him keep secret.
Secrets? Hobbies? A secret hobby?
He was a man with a dream, I can tell you that much.
Someone please tell me. Well, the lights are... You've been here so long, you must have crossed paths with Remington a few times. What did you think of him?
That man was a threat to the swamp. We'll be better off without him. Hopefully the curtain will fall on his little tourist attraction as well.
Better off? With a killer on the loose now?
There have been murderers loose in the swamp before.
What are you talking about?
In my time here, I've seen the swamp invaded by men. By hunters. Several times. They're relentless.
What were they hunting? Wait, what about Boggy? Is that why no one has seen him in 60 years?
They always fell short of their ultimate goal. That just meant they came back again and again, doing more harm each time.
But this area is protected by law, right?
It is now, but some men have no respect for laws, of any kind. They tried to get me to leave my home. I stood my ground.
Obviously. But this whole area is a tourist attraction now. I doubt Remington would have allowed anyone to march into Boggy's bog with a gun and start hunting down his main attraction. Let's see. First thing, then and now... Got it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my note. The swamp slime. It's all the same. It's the exact same liquid again. There's something about that green slime. The fireplace poker, found at the crime scene, and the black leggings are covered in the same swamp slime. Sally's leggings. They link her with the crime scene. I'll have to ask her about it.
Hey.
The black leggings you found in your bag this morning. They're covered in the same slime that was on the murder weapon.
Everything in this swamp is covered in slime. What's your angle, Grimoire?
Your black leggings were part of the murderer's costume.
Costume? Is that why someone took them out of my bag last night?
Well, you know, I don't have proof someone else took them.
If I had been wearing them when I committed a crime, do you think I would hand them over to a detective the second he shows up? Besides, look at them. What do you notice?
This should say you're too fat to wear these.
They're loose and stretched.
That's right, someone else. Someone larger than me has worn these. They're stretched out, especially at the waist. It's pretty obvious.
So, let's see. Somebody stole them to use in their Boggy costume, and then put them back in your bag when they were done?
If you say so. It's not my job to know all the details. It's my job to sell souvenirs. Do you want a souvenir?
Oh, yes, but only if you choose one for me.
You look like you could use something to wind up. You can take this one.
It's an old
Try and solve it. If you don't forget... Oh. It...
I found these designs for a costume, a Boggy costume.
Aha, the legendary swamp creature.
Yeah, that's the one.
But these are just a child's drawings, are they not?
You think?
Perhaps. It's difficult to tell.
You saw Remington last night, but had you met him before? Did you know him?
I've never really spoken with him, but we've come into contact a few times. Vincent likes to handle that kind of work, and I like to let him.
What do you think of this place? The tourist attraction, I mean.
I can't say I like the idea of a natural area like this becoming commercialized.
I know! I just can't understand why anyone would even try.
I think Mr. Remington had his reasons. He looked like a man with a couple of secrets.
Like what?
I have no idea. If I knew, they wouldn't be secrets.
What can you tell me about these designs for a boggy costume?
Nothing whatsoever.
You're sure you didn't see anything like this while you were filming yesterday? Wait, hold on a minute. What if
Don't you dare ask.
This costume isn't your doing, is it? Made for your movie, I mean?
My friend, there will be no costumed idiots within the viewfinder of my camera. I can assure you that.
What about your boggy movie? Isn't that gonna be, like, a guy in a costume, or a puppet, or one of those weird robot things?
Technology has been kind to people like me. We no longer have any need for such tomfoolery. I can create a perfectly believable swamp creature within the confines of a computer. Much cheaper, too.
I suppose you've met with our murder victim, Richard Remington.
Yes, I've been in and out of this place for a while now. Naturally, I've crossed paths with Remington a number of times. Good value, that one. A real raconteur, you know.
You liked him? So far, I'm getting the impression he wasn't the most popular guy around here.
Well, that much is clear, isn't it? The man obviously slipped up somewhere, made an enemy or two, and bam, that's that. You just can't be too careful, can you?
Yeah, I think he did have an enemy or two. Or three. But you liked him.
I respected him. Good head on his shoulders. Good business sense, that man. He understood how to make things work for him.
The open window. Oh, and I don't think it's a window, but this side of the museum is surrounded by blue and red flowers. It's a stepping stone. So glad. Models of Boggy's claws. Hold on. What's this? Something doesn't seem right here.
We already got this. Okay, yeah.
Some educate. Did you?
So,
What can you tell me about your relationship with Richard Remington?
we didn't really have one, and now we definitely don't have one. But look, all I can say is that he was a coward who enjoyed watering down history for his own benefit.
What does that mean?
It means there are some chapters of this swamp's history that he never wanted anyone to know about.
Did he like you sniffing around this museum all the time?
I don't think he knew, to be honest. And even if he did, there's nothing he could have done about it. He has no right to this building. He knows that. We both know that.
Why not? It was part of his tourist attraction, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. The real swamp creature had claws. 3 on each hand, to be precise. But why does the costume just have these pathetic fins instead? So, you found it. I wonder who else knows about it. A good example of how Boggy's feet are never shown in any form. They often use that little red bucket to hide them. An important piece of the puzzle. This journal is a key to unlocking the history of this place. I've never seen that. This person is of no interest.
What's this?
Okay, we already got that, yeah.
If you bring me something with liquid on it, I'm...
I can't help you with that. Why don't you... It's Mr... It's... That's Mr. Remington's old hunting rifle. He usually keeps it around. For whatever reason. He was very fond of that thing. Looks like it was fired recently. I don't know every... One of Mr. Remington's secrets. I never wanted to know the details, but these men travel the world, seeking mysterious animals to hunt. They consider myths and legends to be the ultimate prey. I don't know very much.
It's a humble gift shop. Brightly, is there a boggies? Maybe I'll get...
Oh?
So, what did Mr. Remington think of you? I mean, protesting in the middle of the swamp every day.
It wasn't his swamp. If he ever truly thought it was, then he was even more of a fool than he seemed.
But he didn't like you hanging around, right?
That man was exceptionally skilled at ignoring me. Ignoring anything he didn't like.
So, what? He just left you alone?
He expected me to get bored and go home. He figured I'd get sick of this place and he'd have it back to himself.
But he didn't want it to himself, did he? He wanted lots of people to come visit all the time, surely.
I'm sure it says that in the brochure. Yes. I'm afraid I have no idea. Show it to somebody else. Why are you carrying that around with you?
I have a suspicion it may have been the murder weapon.
Really? I thought Remington was attacked by something with claws, wasn't he? No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid I have no idea. Show it to somebody else. No thanks, my friend.
Okay, what else am I supposed to do?
Photos and one of the tomatoes. This and maybe Remington's and yeesh. Perhaps this. There's a map. It's Vincent. There's a couple of. There's a map. It's a letter before my. It's a letter before my. Whatever I feel. Oh. I don't. I'm an old. This. Something. There's. The open window. Oh. This is the.
I'm trying to think what else I need at this point.
There's an open window. One of the. What's.
I did that.
I did. There are and. There are and. I. That's a look. So I hope they don't. It's a stepping stone. So. It's a step. So. I don't. This. I don't. This. There. There. It feels. Someone. Well. Someone. It feels. A little. It. This. Check out. Check out. There's a whole. There's. There's a book on how fascinating.
I recognize some of those men. Unfortunately, they've hunted in the swamp before.
Before it became a protected area?
Before that, yes, and one of them after that.
This is a 60-year-old journal. It was on display in a museum.
I know what it is.
I thought you might. I'm supposed to look to the past, right? Lady Weybridge was living in the swamp when the swamp creature was discovered by the explorers 60 years ago. Lady Weybridge. She was living here when Boggy was first discovered by the explorer. I've been looking into the history of this place.
Oh, really? Did you find anything?
Yeah. You.
You must be confused. You found me today, when you barged into my house. Remember?
You were already living in the swamp when the explorer came here 60 years ago.
The explorer? That man they talk about in the museum?
The one who originally discovered Boggy. You know who I'm talking about. His sketches and notes are the only real evidence we have for this creature.
You already have his journal. You learned to read, I assume. What else do you need?
There's a page missing from the journal. I think you know where it is.
Why on earth would I know something like that?
Because you were the only person here when the explorer visited the swamp. I have a suspicion that the swamp creature wasn't the only thing he discovered.
You're suggesting he gave me a page from the back of his journal? Or what, that I stole it?
You took it from the journal while it was... Let's...
Oh, did you...
You were...
You...
There's a page... You stole it from it. No.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you...
You were...
That... You learned...
There's a... I really... If I could see it, I might be able to make up my mind.
It doesn't belong in a museum. It belongs here, with me. You understand?
What if I promise I'll return it after I finish clearing up this mess?
Then, I'll show it to you.
Is this you? He drew you into his journal? It's beautiful.
60 years ago, yes. He left the page with me. We agreed the rest of the world would manage without it.
I think there's something on the back. What's this? Footprints. I think it's time I went to talk to Officer James.
You finally returned. Well, did you find the swamp creature? Where is he?
What swamp creature? A simple word. What swamp creature? A simple. I didn't find him.
What? You're not getting paid to wander about aimlessly, Grimoire. Get back out there.
I don't need to.
Boggy's criminal record.
Why not? I thought he was our prime suspect.
Not anymore.
Didn't you find photographic evidence of Boggy from last night? Let me see that photo. If that's not Boggy, what is it? If that's not...
Where do we have the picture of the statue?
I found designs for the costume in a trash can. Not only that, I collected all the pieces of the costume myself. Well, nearly all of them. There's still the one that...
But the footprints at the scene of the crime! How can you prove these don't belong to a real creature? What's this? I thought there were no records of a footprint anywhere.
No public records. The footprints at the crime scene don't match the ones on this page. They were just a product of these slippers. A part of the costume.
But Grimoire, this costume, it doesn't have claws of any kind. How do you explain the 3 wounds on the victim's chest?
The prongs match up with the wounds perfectly. The handle's even covered in slime, see?
But this swamp slime was one of the reasons Boggy became a suspect in the first place. Surely this only incriminates the creature further.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But that slime, it's not exactly what you think. But that slime... This stuff is an uncanny resemblance to the so-called swamp slime. A bunch of it was stolen from the storeroom of the cafe, which reminds me.
What is that, exactly?
A poisoned hot dog. It's the second reason that the murderer broke into the storeroom. He put this green powder on the entire supply, just to make sure.
To make sure of what?
To make sure Remington got ill and had to return to his office.
Remington went back to his office? Alone? I've been looking through your evidence, Grimoire. One piece in particular seems critical to me. I think we need to work out...
Video footage? Vincent Vanderpeer filmed it last night, at the exact moment of the murder, I believe.
Well, exactly. I think we can both agree these sounds in the background. They're essential in our mystery. Could you talk me through them? Just rearrange the descriptions on the left to match the sounds on the right. Drag them around, and if...
No problem. I can always check my... I think that's it.
Ah, excellent. There's just two small details bothering me. First of all, if Remington ripped off a piece of his curtains, why wasn't it found at the crime scene? What happened to it? Why wasn't it found at the... Why wasn't it found?
Turns out the murderer took that piece of fabric and concealed it inside the head of the costume. Then he fled the crime scene to hide all the parts in different areas of the swamp.
Ah, well, that's my problem. If Remington fired his rifle, how did the assailant survive and manage to escape? Did Remington miss his target?
At point blank? A man of his experience? I don't think so. In fact, the answer to that question is the very last link in our chain. The one thing that has eluded me so far. I'll drag the clue onto my drawer and we'll see what happened with the original.
We're missing the body.
Wait! You never found the body piece! The torso!
You're right, and I never would have found it. Not lying around. Not like the others.
But what does this have to do with the murderer surviving the rifle shot?
This torso is probably made up of some thick material. Something covering the culprit's entire upper body. I believe it may have even been enough to
soften the impact from a bullet! Aha!
Exactly.
Well, let's put your theory to the test. Where is that last piece of the costume? But how? We looked everywhere. Not a single clue.
Simple. He's still wearing it.
I don't know what you want with me. Sounds like you two were smart enough to uncover the real criminal in this swamp, and lucky enough to have somebody else deal with him for you. You worked it out. He had his rifle on him. He got half a glance at me and pulled the trigger without hesitation.
But why would he do that? You were dressed as Buggy. He shouldn't be pointing his gun at a unique scientific specimen, not to mention his main attraction.
You're right. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Not unless you're in on the secret. The hunting photo leads me to believe Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy. A secret society, an order of hunters, seeking out mysterious and elusive creatures.
The order goes further than this one man, and much further than this one swamp.
The whole thing is kind of distressing. I knew something was wrong as soon as I stepped into that office.
I'm glad you've finally come around. It's not just
But what about Remington? He was a member of this order?
He made Boggy his own personal project, his own obsession. For years he hunted the creature, the potential perfect addition to his collection.
But he owned the tourist attraction. He set it up himself, didn't he?
He did. It was just his way of forming a legal loophole. Since the area became protected, he and his friends were unable to come here for hunting anymore. Boggy's Bog was just a front for his own little game. A man pursuing a creature.
A creature that might not even exist.
And that's why Remington kept a rifle nearby at all times?
Well, exactly. He didn't want to take any chances.
Now, don't you see? I did this place a service. Did Boggy a service. That creature, he can live in peace again.
Can he? You tried to frame him for murder. You wanted everyone to think he was some kind of ruthless predator?
Well, think about it. Once he became suspected of murder, they'd have no choice but to shut this whole place down. Everyone would finally realize they had no business here.
But he's not a killer. You're the one who...
Detective.
You. It's
finished. Well, don't be angry. You should be glad. It's finally time to leave the swamp. You have another job to do.
I don't know.
Not that it makes any difference to somebody like you, but I never intended to kill him. Just to scare him. Convince him Boggy wasn't going to let him live here in peace any longer. But, true to form, he had his rifle on him. You worked out the rest yourself.
You're right. It doesn't make any difference.
Well, Mr. Everstone, I'm afraid you'll still have to come with us. Fortunately, there's a police station just a few miles down the...
Hey, wait!
Aha! Looks like you solved more than one mystery tonight.
decide to do?
We had Mr. Everstone questioned. He was happy to tell us everything he knew. A number of rumors going around the department have been confirmed.
And Remington's office?
Searched down to the last detail. And, well, we agree with you, but I know what you're thinking. I'd love to put an end to it, just the same as you. But there's always...
Are we going after them?
We'd better be.
Yeah. No, I didn't get 100% of stuff there, apparently. Anyway, that feeds into the sequel. Let me see here. I'm going to switch to Changeable Guardian Estique and see if we can get that to run. Let's change the title of the stream. All right, how are we looking? Everybody can see okay? Where is my controller? There is my controller. Hello, controller. You are right there. Okay, this is Changeable Guardian Estique. It's a brand new Famicom game made by Yata. What's his name? God, drawing a blank. I think it's a bunch of people who worked at M2, but they recruited former compile staffers, people who had worked on stuff like Guardian Legend and gosh, what was the game called? Aleste and Zanuck, Blazing Lasers, stuff like that. Gemini Hirono, Muide Tommy, it's this game was made using Famicom. It was made to be a Famicom game you could stick into a Famicom and play, and they also made NES cartridges of it. So this is the Steam release that just kind of includes every version of the game that they produced. So we have the Japanese version here that was made for the Famicom, the NES version where they rewrote the plot to make fun of how American translation studios would always have the Japanese creators change the stories to meet with the censorship guidelines that Nintendo had created. And then here's the demo they originally produced for a convention. So let's go with the Japanese version first. Alright, I might as well just do normal mode so we can get through the whole thing. I just like this music. Alright, let's see here. 20XX, the leaders of the 5 big economic cities were under the control of evil, plotting to conquer Earth. Dr. Kusakabe, discovering this, developed the ultra-transforming robot Estique in secret. However, his lab was ultimately attacked by evil before he could run the final test. Mary, come on! I made this for you! With this, Estique can save the world. Grandpa, what are you talking about? This means... what are you saying? Fly, Estique! Split the earth and pierce the heavens! can change between the robot mode, which has a bigger hitbox and moves slower and has more power, and this jet mode, which moves faster, has a smaller hitbox, does slightly less damage. You also get higher score from using the robot mode. There are two weapon types, the wide beam and the little balls, the shield. If I tap the button really fast, it uses my super attack. Like so. Very, enemy is strong. Be careful. Alright, first level's pretty straightforward. I do have slightly more firepower in the robot mode. The score is higher for using the super attack here. But it does give you a bigger hitbox. And it moves slightly slower. Oh, that was stupid of me to run into that bullet. Oh well. Boss is easy. Beer! Now the game actually starts getting hard. Alright, there goes our mini-boss. A lot of health. Careful. Almost dead. Okay, got him. Well, that could have gone better. Alright. This boss can be... It's going to take a lot of punishment, so this should be interesting. move down here while it does its super attack. Don't want to get caught in that. Alright, final stage. This one's always tough. I am doing very badly. I might just die here and have to continue. Ouch! Alright. We have two forms on this final boss, and they're a pain. Oh, hey, I got a new high score. That's nice. Yes. Alright. Okay, this is too many hits I'm taking here. Yikes. Alright, second form is probably gonna kill me here. Yeah, okay. Oh, I got it. Alright. Okay. Did you see that? Grandpa's scientific prowess! He did it! Oh! The suspension bridge effect. The suspension bridge effect is a device that forcibly creates pairings. Grandpa, I thought you died. Who cares about that? Get married! What? This is a recorded message, by the way. I don't understand what's happening. The two returned to Earth as noble heroes and drew the world's attention as the greatest couple of the century. And then... Go, Mary Kasakabe. Now it's time to protect your family. Estique will help you this time. Tonight is Sukiyaki. Yeah, Gemini Hirono, I think, is the main guy who did Guardian Legend. Thank you for playing! Score submitted to online rankings. I think you have to play on much higher difficulty levels if you want to get a better score. Let me see here. I'm probably like in the 50s somewhere. Yeah, look at all these high scores. Brave Stoner. Yeah, 46. Okay. You can see some neat concept art here. So one of them the gunner and the other's the pilot? I don't know. Okay, so that's the mid boss that keeps showing up. I guess that's the pilot of that one. Alright, so those two are supposed to be the ones that piloted this big Mechagodzilla thing for the Hong Kong stage. I guess that was the Bavaria stage. London. New York. I guess she's supposed to be Japan. When we went to Kyoto for that, yeah. And, yeah, I guess there's their design for the final boss. Alternate illustrations, I guess, for the characters. Who's this supposed to be? Packaging for when they made Famicom cartridges. Cartridge labels. Packaging for a NES version. A special message from Cat Hui Trading. Thank you for selecting and purchasing Changeable Guardian Estique. This is our first video game. However, all the staff involved were experts in making video games. This game will be helpful, hopefully be as exciting as arcade games have always been. Please read the manual before playing the game. We hope you enjoy it. Thanks for Japan, Sakura Kobayashi. That is a cute cat. In the year 2413, the Earth was being invaded by evil space pirates, Vanderos. They are now dominating 5 big economic cities and are taking control of the world economy. Beetlejuice, the friendly planet, has decided to save the Earth from the space pirates by sending backups. Mary and Cannon, ace pilots, ride on Estique on the way to Earth. Mary, you're the messiah of Earth. The tomorrow winner is you. Ozukaya, vice leader of Vanderos. NES cartridge labels. Promotional posters. Demo distribution CD label. New Year's cards. Clear file illustration. Campaign t-shirt illustration. Stop illegal copy, you are in crime. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Everybody have a good night.